Welcome back everyone, and in this video we are going to be running through the inverse fair value gap. I'm going to show you how to locate them and also how you can implement them into your trading. And we've just swept a higher time frame liquidity point. Now that we know we've had a higher time frame sweep, what we need to look for in the leg up that caused this sweep, we want to have a look to see if there's any bullish fair value gaps. So let's say we have a 5-minute fair value gap within this leg up that took out this high. What you want to wait for is a candle closure or a couple of candles to close back below this fair value gap, this bullish fair value gap, inversing it, which is going to indicate there's going to be a shift in structure, and then continue moving to the downside, taking out this sell side liquidity. And then for a bearish example, if we are moving down, what we'd wait for is a higher time frame liquidity sweep. So let's say this was a 4-hour swing low. In this bearish leg down, what we'd need to look for is a bearish fair value gap. And then for the inverse fair value gap to take place, we need price to push back higher and have a candle closure inverting this bearish fair value gap, giving you the inverse fair value gap. Now for your entries, you'll either enter off the candle closure with your stops at that recent low, and then you can target this buy side liquidity or sell side liquidity, whichever way the market's going. Or you can wait for a retest back into that inversion fair value gap for it to then continue pushing higher. So you can set your orders, say 50% of the inverse, stops at the low, and then again target the buy side or the sell side, whichever you're moving. So there's two ways you can do it. However, not always though does it pull back to the inverse fair value gap. Price can just run away and continue pushing higher or lower. Depend on the size of the candle as well. So let's say this is one candle and the candle closes up here. You don't want to be entering off that because your stop loss is going to be too big and you're going to have to be holding the trade too long. So if that's the case, what I would recommend is wait for a retest and then enter, and then you can start moving higher. Or if the candle closes, say like this high above the inverse, then you can just look to do a market execution with your stops at the lower end target, and then vice versa. If this was to close all the way down here, then again wait for a retest, or if it closes somewhere here, then you can just enter on a market execution. Again, you can also pair this with the change of character or the change in state of delivery, like we've been through in previous videos. So obviously you can see here's the previous low which made the new high. So you can have your change of character there. You can see we've just had an inverse fair value gap. Then we also have a change of character. That's giving you more confluence that the price is moving down. And then let's say there's a bullish, there's a small bearish pullback there, which gives you your change in state of delivery. So you've also got inverse, change in state of delivery, and a change of character. You've got all three confluences. After it's swept a higher time frame imbalance, you're pretty much guaranteed to know that it's going to continue moving down, taking out the sell side or the buy side, vice versa, if we was to move higher. So now let me show you some live market examples. So here you can see we've got our Asia low and our Asia high just here. And you can see from the London Open, we've started moving down. So now what we're wanting to anticipate is the market reverse and then move to the upside. How do we find that? So again, multiple ways. You've got your change of character, your change in state of delivery, or your inverse fair value gap. This video is based on inverse fair value gaps, so I will show you. So if we look in this leg, what you need to start looking for is your fair value gaps. Where is the nearest one to the current price? Now there is a fair value gap just here. Let me zoom in a bit more so you can see. As you can see, you've got the first candle, the second candle, and the third candle. And the bottom of the first candle does not meet the top of the third candle, which will give you a fair value gap. So now what we need is price to push higher and close above this box. Cannot be a wick, it has to be a candle closure. So let's move a couple of candles forward. Bang, so there you go. This one did just slightly close above, but very, very small. I'd wait for another candle to close just to give you that extra confirmation that the candle has closed. So now that we've had our inverse fair value gap, and it hasn't really closed much higher above it. So what we would look to do is market execute off that candle closure with our stop loss just at that recent swing low, and we'll target a 1 to 2, or we can target the next liquidity draw, which would be this high of the London Open. So now that we have this placed, we can now let the trade play out. And there you go, bang, straight to our take profit, also taking out that high. Now, there is also something else in here as well, which we could have paired it up with. So let me delete that out of the way so you can see. So if we look back up this leg before the inverse fair value gap happened, what we can see here is a recent bullish candle. So if we mark out the top of that bullish candle there, that will be our change in state of delivery, which is just here. Okay, so we've got a pair here. We've got an inverse fair value gap. After that inverse fair value gap has taken place, we've also then had a change in state of delivery. So if you did end up missing this inverse fair value gap, you've also got another opportunity to get into the market. And that opportunity could have been off this candle closure, which caused the change in state of delivery. Or you could have entered off the retest of the candle that caused the change in state of delivery. Because you can see we've pushed up, we've had a pullback, filling this imbalance here, which created the change in state of delivery. And then we've continued pushing higher off that. So your entry could have either been, let me get rid of these. So your entry could have either been at the inverse, just here. And then we would have targeted our 1 to 2 up here, or the recent swing high. Or we could have had an order set in this fair value gap just here, which caused the change in state of delivery, 50%, stops at the low, and then we could target that 1 to 2. Where is it? There we are. So let's see if this one plays out as well, just so you can see for yourself. So let's play that one out, keep pushing higher. And bang, there you go. We've continued pushing higher and given us full take profit. It's also taken out the Asian session high as well. So there's two opportunities of trade in there. You've got your inverse fair value gap, which you could have entered on, or because you've got a double confirmation here as well, you've also got the change in state of delivery, so you could have entered off there as well. But again, we're not really focusing on the change in state of delivery today, just mainly the inverse fair value gap, which you can see has played out perfectly there. Let me just get another example for you. So here is another example, and this one is a sell. So as you can see, we've got our Asia high and we have our Asia low. And as you can see, London has opened and we've taken out the Asian session high. Once we've swept that high, what we need to look for is a bullish fair value gap. So in this leg up that took out the Asia high, let's see if we can find a fair value gap. And that is a very, very small, you might not be able to see it on the camera, on the screen, sorry, but there is a very, very small one just here. Okay, so now we've got that marked out. Let's wait for price to push back down and have a candle closure back below that bullish fair value gap. So perfect. The next candle, as you can see, we had a candle closure back below. So we would execute our orders on that candle closure with our stops at the high, and then we would target our 1 to 2, which is just here, or we can target the Asia low. So let's just do a 1 to 2 because that's obviously what I always do. So I want to keep it clean. Let's put our inverse fair value gap back where it was. So now we've had a candle closure. Let's see if price does play out. Perfect. And there you go. It's moved all the way down to our take profit. Now what you can also do is pair it up. So after we had that inverse fair value gap, look back in the leg. You can see this bearish candle here. Mark out the body and you can see we had a candle closure below that, which gave us our change in state of delivery. So we've paired it up again for the second time. You've got your inverse fair value gap. If you missed that entry, you could have entered off your change in state of delivery and then jumped in on the trade. But again, it's just giving you extra confluence for that trade, and you can see it perfectly played out. Let's see if it also took out the Asia low. There we go. Yeah, after its fucking sweet ass time, it did end up taking out the Asia low, giving you that full move for the day. However, again, always say go for a 1 to 2 because it does give you the highest success rate. So that's basically what an inverse fair value gap is. So what you need to look for is the closest fair value gap to the current price. Wait for that to be inverse, so a candle closure back below or above that fair value gap, whichever way the market's moving. Wait for that candle closure, not a wick. It has to be a candle closure. Once you've got that, you can either enter off the candle closure if it's not too far down or up, or you can wait for a pullback into the inverse fair value gap, set your orders, get in on the trade, stops just at the high or the low, and then target that 1 to 2 or the next draw on liquidity. So if you're still struggling to understand on the inverse fair value gap, feel free to message me in the chat or message me privately.